whether you are sports fans or not, it is evident that in the news, paying college athletes has become a big concern, and it's not just in your local sports news, it's across all headlines in America. Today I intend to shift your opinion as to why college athletes should not be paid, but instead be allowed to enter professional play straight out of high school. As students that are about to enter college, all of us are going to probably receive some sort of scholarship, but none of us will be getting our entire academics paid for due to our abilities, unlike these athletes are. So today I will be explaining the problem that the NCAA has at the moment by talking about the financial status of both the players and the NCAA, what the athletes do when they actually attend school, the variety of rules for the different sports other than basketball, and lastly, the rarity of going professional without attending a college. So let's begin with the NCAA and how this rule came to be today. In 2006, the NBA created a rule known as the one and done rule, which allowed players under 19 to not be allowed to enter the NBA, so they had to either play overseas in the developmental league for the NBA, which is little to no pay, or the most popular choice was to go to college. In college, these players are pretty much like a job, but they aren't getting paid, so they don't have time to earn an income at all, and even though 86% of these families live below the poverty level, they have no way to support their families back home. But the only way that they do receive money is through a pension that they receive each year. Their athletes receive $2,000 to $5,000 a year from their given sports team as food or housing resources. But that is used on dumb things like tattoos and stuff like that. And since the NBA rule has changed this, there has been several disputes and problems that have gone on with colleges paying athletes to attend their specific college. So there's been things such as player suspensions and games taken away from these colleges due to these schools paying players illegally. So taking away the one and done rule would allow them to not have to pay their players. And outside of that, these athletes are still student athletes, and so they have to go to classes that are pointless to them. Prestigious academic universities are having to change the way they look at athletes and how good they are academically. So John Bruno, a psychology professor at Ohio State University, stated that you embrace the fact that they're coming, but on the other hand, you sort of shudder. You're frustrated because you know that there is a real good chance that this person isn't going to take full advantage of the opportunity. These students only have to have 6 total credit hours to be eligible to play their sport, and so that's only 2 classes, and they usually only attend, the basketball players at least, only attend their fall sport or fall semester, as they're in the spring they're getting ready for the NBA draft, and so they don't even go to their classes at all. Arizona Jory Hancock's opinion on the issue is that adding a pension, or the players only get their pension if they attend class. So if they don't go to class, they don't get their pension or their scholarship money, which makes things a lot different. And this crazy rule only exists for basketball players, but there's also rules for other sports as well. Basketball and football are the only rules or sports that you actually have to go to college for. The other rules, such as golf, you can go and play professionally immediately after high school. In football, you actually have to attend for 3 years before you can play professionally, which doesn't make sense at all, as again, they're just taking income away from the players for at least 3 years after high school, and most of them are living below poverty level anyways. But in golf and tennis, they are allowed to play professionally no matter their age. As time goes on, there are more players that have tried to become one and dones, and find a loophole in the system, but the stats just aren't in their favor. For players that don't go to college, there's a 0.03% for athletes to make the professionals as a basketball player. In baseball, that's actually the highest at 0.5% straight out of high school, and then football players only have a 0.09%. But for the athletes that do attend college, there's only a 2.9% chance that they make professionals anyways. So these odds are not in their favor at all. So there's no point in keeping these athletes from determining their own fate and letting them choose whether or not they want to become professionals. So throughout this presentation, I have talked about the financial risk for both the NCAA and players, what the players do in class when they actually attend, the different sports rules that the things have, and the chances that they actually do make professionals even if they attend college. So if you're required to attend or sign up for the draft at 18, I feel as if you should be able to sign up for the NBA draft as well at 18. Thank you.